Is the camera rolling?
Yep, we got it going.
Okay. It's been kind of a couple of weeks since we've done anything. Gosh, it's almost like we're doing a sequel or something.
Yeah.
So how do we make the sequel better? Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Pipeline. I'm JewWario, and here with me as always is my pal Shuuki.
How's it going?
So sequels. Sequels that are better than the originals. Now this is not even saying that the original was necessarily bad. It's just saying that the sequel was just a little bit better, and that sometimes you might even want to play the sequel more than you want to play the original. So here's our top 5 personal favorite sequels. Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2.
This game originally came out in 1997, and it was a sequel to Dark Forces. It really raised the bar quite a bit, because Dark Forces was sort of in a 2.5D Doom-style engine. Jedi Knight made the jump straight to 3D. The levels were huge, the design was amazing. Obviously it was a Star Wars game, so they have a certain level of quality anyway.
And everybody loves Star Wars games.
Absolutely. Just really was a fabulous game. It was actually named the best game of all time by PC Gamer in, I believe it was 1999.
Really?
Yes.
Of all time?
Of all time. At then, I think it's changed now. But it's available right now for purchase on Steam for only $5.
And now with Steam for Mac, you Mac users have no excuse.
You Mac users.
Free Space 2.
Free Space 2, like Jedi Knight, really raised the bar over Free Space. Free Space was also a very good game in its own right, but Free Space 2 had much better graphics. The areas were amazingly large, and the missions were a lot more varied, a lot harder, and just generally it was just like a much more polished game experience than the original Free Space. Though again, the original was quite good in its own right. Now you can get Free Space 2 available on GOG.com, and there is a community project that is available on Hardlight Productions called Free Space Open, which allows you to update the graphics. So this game came out in 1999, and now you can update it to basically 2007 era, sort of current generation graphics for free.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah. Mega Man 2.
Now, obviously some of you are going to say, well, of course, Mega Man 2, you know, you've got Sonic 2 that's better, you've got Gambare Goemon 2 that's better. That's another show. So why Mega Man 2? Well, Mega Man 2 is the Mega Man that people remember. When you think of Mega Man, most of your memories go to Mega Man 2, I will bet. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Sure, Mega Man 1 had really great graphics, really decent levels, and great gameplay. Mega Man 2 just built onto that, and instead of just taking the graphics and being stagnant with them, it's a noticeable difference. I mean, when you play Mega Man 1, you can tell, yeah, this is fun, but it's still a little bland. Mega Man 2, it's enticing. The music just feels better. It has a better, well, I can just say better feeling. And I think it's all around a harder and more enjoyable game for people. And it's also very easy to find. It's in compilations everywhere, and you can even get it on your virtual consoles.
That's good. Cool.
House of the Dead 2. When you think that even in the re-release that they did recently, you have House of the Dead 2 and 3, and no number 1, that's a lot. I mean, what can you say about this game?
Yeah, it really does say a lot that when they did re-releases, they didn't include the original. The original just had like that sort of mid-90s really chunky graphics, just didn't feel very good. But to me, the second game was nothing but enjoyment. It's just a stupid game that's really fun to play, and it was great to play in the arcade. And, you know, it's easily available, like you said, on the compilation disc that came out on the Wii a couple years ago. And I just think it's really fun to play.
And it's still fun to play nowadays, too.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus. Wait, Shadow of the Colossus? Shadow of the Colossus?
Well, it wasn't technically a sequel. It's not called Eco 2. But technically, it's really sort of in the same game world. There's been some discussion as to if it's in the same universe. And I think it's pretty much decided at this point that it is. And it's sort of a puzzle game. You know, there's action aspect to it, but there was an action aspect in Eco also. And I just think the graphics are just a little bit better. Again, the game world is a lot larger. It's pretty hard, but I actually never managed to beat the original. And I've beaten Shadow of the Colossus a couple times. So I think there might be something to be said for the fact that Shadow of the Colossus held my interest more than the original did.
Well, and I've heard a lot about Eco and how it's a great game, but that a lot of people just have a hard time finishing it.
Yeah.
Because it's so vast and everything. So that's very interesting. Well, what do you guys think? Start the conversation below and let us know, and we'll see you next week on the Gaming Pipeline. And at our #1 spot, Riven.
No.
What?
No.
It's a good game. What would you do?